open that page that the outsiders will now come in as the merchants for materials. And of course, we don't have to spell out who those are. And they're busy right now trying to make sure that the worst thing happens. Just want to urge ECOWAS and AU take whatever step needed to make sure that we end up solving this Niger issue peacefully rather than using guns.
Well, let's come back to Africa, and I'd like us to talk about the positions of countries like Mali and Burkina Faso in the crisis. Don't you think they are complicating the conflict?
It's come again.
I want us to talk about the positions of Burkina Faso and Mali. Don't you think they are complicating the conflict?
Well, they have the same. They are on the same shoes. Burkina Faso is a former francophone country. Mali, so it's Niger, and of course, they were not ruled differently. Method of rulership by French in these various their colonies was the same. And the pain of the people is the same. And I think that's what misled the soldiers in these four countries to do what they've done.
So the position of Nigeria as chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government is very critical in the matter. How you advise President Tinubu to handle the matter?
Mr. President is wearing two caps. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and in charge of ECOWAS. Nigeria itself, we have our own crisis that Mr. President is working so hard to curtail. There we are again, the Nigerian, and in fact, foreign countries, not only the Nigerian country that is under the military rule. And I will advise Mr. President to use his wisdom and of course the other his colleagues that are available to come up with a more decisive, peaceful approach to solving the Nigerian from countries that are under the kind of military back to sensation. I believe that will be the way to go. And I will advise him also to pay serious attention at home. If you look at the dicey nature of the Niger issue, we share the same border with Niger. We have about four or five states, Nigerian states that share border with Niger. And these states that share border with Niger were just balkanized by the colonialists. They are all one and the same. But because the Berlin Conference that brought about balkanization of Africa just drew line as they wished, regardless of the various ethnic groups that make up an entity of these places. And unfortunate that they are balkanized by that system. And this makes the present situation much difficult. And I believe that Mr. President will use, like I said, wisdom to sort out the issue peacefully rather than going to war.
Colonel, since this conflict started, most stakeholders have called for adoption of diplomacy to resolve the crisis. But how can this be achieved with the junta digging in?
Like I said, there are a lot of other options available that are yet to be adopted or used in seeing to the solution of the junctures digging in. Definitely, we have also exhausted all the avenues available to sort out the issue until these avenues have been exhausted. They themselves will know that well, they are getting themselves into trouble. And I will urge Excellency the CAC and himself and his colleagues to exhaust all the available avenues peaceful resolution of the Nigerian problem.
All right. Thank you so much, Colonel, for your perspective on that very critical issue. Now, let's talk about your career as a military personnel. How did you become a pilot?
Well, the Nigerian Army have rooted the idea of creating an Army aviation unit. The mission of this unit was to provide close combat support for the infantry. Close combat support in the sense that they will train as part of the infantry. And the type of combat support to be provided will be firepower from the air by fighting closely to the infantry, evacuation of casualties, negotiating terrain that is difficult by land to a specific target. And of course, the overall area is to lead the strategic targets to the Air Force so that the soldier will be maneuvering in battle using his close combat air power. It was against this background that I was sent to train as a pilot, as a pioneer pilot. Few of us, I think about 3 or 4 of us were taking. I began training incidentally from a civilian school, Nigerian Civil Aviation Training Center in Zaria. I began to train there, and after that, I was sent to Borough, Alabama, out the Army Aviation Center, to train pilots to fly combat helicopters. And that's where I learned how to fly helicopters and fighter. So on. And
All right.
when we came back, the idea of forming that unit began, but unfortunately it didn't see daylight.
So quickly before we go, Colonel, how did you come about manufacturing of armored personnel vehicles for the Army?
Well, during my training as a pilot, I did some other courses that goes along with aviation. I did airframe and engines. This airframe and engine training gave me the idea of fabricating body and constructions. And so when they said, the idea came to me when I saw how our soldiers were short of material that will help them fight the insurgents. In fact, one of the most important of them was transportation. The type of transportation we are using was not safe enough for the enemy they are fighting. So I decided that, okay, I will build on a chassis, inox chassis, provide an armor that will protect the soldiers from small arms fire. Small arms such as AK-47, FM rifles that fire 7.6 to small and large do not penetrate the body, so the soldiers inside are safe. That gave me the inspiration. I began, when I approached my governor, Central Worker Chief Babu, said to him, he said, oh, that's a good idea. and he gave me the support. I tried building the first 5. He was impressed. He gave me another 25 to build. And they're now fighting.
All right. Thank you so much, Colonel. I would have loved for you to educate us on area spraying and area pest control, but sadly we're out of time. Thank you so much, Colonel Samaila Yombe Dabai, immediate past Deputy Governor of Kebbi State and former armored fighter with jet pilots. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on Politics Tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight, but the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Good night.
Fresh for your dates. Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take me closer, sure to close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 Naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Do you spend the night trying to get comfortable? Your knees rub bone on bone. Your back and hips ache. You wake up in pain? Not anymore. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Contour Legacy Pillow, the patented, ergonomically designed tapered leg pillow that naturally fits the contours of your legs, knees, and thighs to help align your spine and alleviate pain. Watch, when you sleep on your side, your leg falls forward, twisting your pelvis and lower back, putting pressure on your spine, hip, and sciatic. But the Contour Legacy Pillow cushions your knees and cradles your legs, relieving stress on joints while restoring your lower back alignment. Sleeping on your